At the station, the victim's wife is making a fuss. "The cops killed my husband," she says. If I hadn't met Charles before I saw the woman, I would have believed her. With her goddamn cleavage on wide open display, and her lashes like butterfly wings begging for sympathy, I would have locked up whoever she pointed to and thrown away the keys. Now, I'm looking for more evidence to put her behind bars. At the crime scene, the glasses take the photos. Bright red blood soaked into the white carpet. Brain matter against the textured wall. The victim's face, loaded up like a camel's hump. It was murder, and it was my job to find the killer. My name is Frank Martins. I'm a man of the law. Charles oversees evidence, and he's top dog at giving them meaning. Charles didn't need to do much thinking or digging to find out the victim's wife had a shaky story. The victim took shots to the skull, close range. The murder weapon was a shotgun, the man's shotgun. The police officer she blames carried Kalashnikovs. The woman also insists it's not suicide. Damn broad. I bet she killed her husband. I would have killed him long before now too, if I was his wife. I'm blabbing again like you know squat about what I'm talking about. Let me start you off easy. The victim's name is Mr. James Bio. Extremely rich, lives on the islands in a fancy estate. The police have watched him for ages. He's rumored to be into narcotics and kidnapping. His front job? What the government thinks he does. Import and export. A piece of shit in my books, but a smart one. Once a week, this piece of shit turns stupid. He gets high as hell and beats the crap out of his wife. His neighbors would call the cops on him, the ambulance not far behind. This time, when we got the call, the neighbor said he had a gun. We got to going on when we get calls like that. The SYNOPSIS claimed they met the man already dead, with his gun in the hand of his wife. The woman claims her husband's competitors paid the police to kill her husband and frame her. The wife's fingerprints were on the gun, just like the officer said. But there was no hard substance in the victim's body. He wasn't high, like he always was when he gets violent. No bruises on the wife's pretty face either. The man had gotten help and was changing, the wife says. So, who called the police to tell them the man had a gun and was beating his wife? Have the cops gone dirty? Or was the victim's wife tired of the beating and finally did something about it before he relapses as always? Someone was lying. Heck, maybe all of them were. My job is to find out who. And if I'm lucky, find out why too. At the police station, the victim's wife keeps screaming, "The cops killed my husband." "Yeah, lady, we get it. We got it the first 1,000 times you said it too." There's another woman with her. She is filming everything. She is a famous blogger. Her name is Julia Jai. She's definitely streaming the recording to her millions of fans, expecting some dope to do something stupid. And somebody probably will. No place without its dopes. Charles, my friend, meets with them and tries to calm them down. The blogger holds him by the shoulder, explaining some social justice warrior propaganda. The bulge in Charles's pants grows bigger. Who could blame the guy? She is quite the looker, the type that makes you wish you weren't married with 4 kids. I couldn't do much to help him out of the fix, not in front of the camera. So I slide into my office like his wife slides into my bed. Gently, slowly, and with plenty of words bottled in. The blogger's plans had worked like a charm. Someone did do something stupid. The officer had had it with him. The several hours of screaming at the station was infuriating. The extra work hours didn't help either. He looked straight into the camera and says the victim was a criminal who assaulted his wife regularly. Says the victim deserved whatever he got, and the murderer deserved a medal. The public was fired up, and so was my boss. I had 3 days to figure out what really happened thanks to the dope who couldn't keep his mouth shut in front of the camera. Oh yeah, that dope was me. Only one person could get me out of the fix I was in. Charles. Good old Charles. With the right pressure, that son of a would figure it out. But when I got to his office, it was an entirely different scene than I had expected. I met Charles and Julia Jai, the blogger, in an uncomfortable position a man and a woman should not be in if they were just discussing. There's a little a woman can say with a pegger down her throat. You know, I kind of looked up to Charles. He was the only decent man in the force. Seeing him like that. I'll do this thing myself. I don't need Charles. I'll solve this case myself. Because my name is Frank Martins and I am a man of the law.